Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Kira and I'm a young adult DIYer, and today for today's video I am going to show you how I sew in my tiny space. If you watched my last video, you know that I don't have the biggest space to sew in my apartment, but you're gonna figure out how I make it work. So before we get started, if you have not already, please like this video, and if you have not already as well, subscribe. Click that red button below, and also let me know what you're sewing this week because you're about to find out what I'm sewing. Stay tuned. I wanted to start off by giving you all a quick tour of my multi-purpose room, aka my bedroom, and for today's purpose, my sewing room. When I first moved into my apartment, I wanted to have a bed frame, but unfortunately bed frames don't work in my little nook where the bed is right now. So I threw away the pieces of the IKEA furniture and just kept the headboard, and I use that as my sewing table, and it works out pretty good. Although this is supposed to be a tiny sewing room tour, I just want to let you all know a little bit about this fabric that I'm messing with right now. It's a denim fabric, and I'm just in love with this fabric and also in love with the price tag. It was $1 a yard. $1 a yard. I was so happy. I got like 3 yards. I need to go back to get some more though. I love this fabric. I try not to sew in my home sewing space just because of this situation right here. I'm completely hunched over. I don't necessarily like feeling hunched over. I don't want back pain at the age of 23. So most of the time I do cut out my patterns at the local sewing studio that is in my area, but I was just feeling an itch to sew, so I decided to sew. At this moment, I am just laying out my pattern pieces and getting ready to sew. Drum roll, please. I'm getting ready to sew the Mimi G blazer, just from one of her new pre-spring patterns. I like that blazer. I am making that blazer and I omitted the pockets. I'm not going to show you an end result of this, so definitely be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on all my social medias to see the final look. If you are new to sewing and curious on how to get started, feel free to watch my top 10 sewing essentials that you would need in your sewing kit. It goes over what I'm doing right now, it goes over the things that you need in your sewing kit, and it'll help you have the right tools and the right items for my upcoming sewing along. Next week, we are making a DIY Fashion Nova inspired trench coat. Anyone else like me who likes to try on their clothes even after they put that one seam in, make sure it fits? Wild, I know. People clown me about my small ironing board, but it does the job. I wish I did have bigger, but I don't really have the space for bigger, and I don't want to clutter my space because of this bigger ironing board. So it does the job for me. And for big ironings, I just go to the sewing studio. One thing that I've learned in such a tiny space is just to work with what you have, use your resources, and be creative. I literally use a headboard as my cutting table, and I use a little coffee side table as my serging stand, and it works. So if you've liked this video, please be sure to come back. Hit the subscribe button if you've had a great time. I've enjoyed my time talking with you all, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you soon.